Hi everyone and welcome. I know it's been a little while since I've been on here and I apologize for my absence for the last few weeks. It's only because I have been working on something very exciting and I couldn't, there wasn't enough energy to get it across all the different things I've been working on. So I've been focusing on this new project, which stay tuned through this whole video because I'm going to announce classes and things that you can do with me at the end, so keep listening. But first of all, you may have noticed that I have changed the name of this channel. It is now called the Mindful Movement Mentality, and this is the really exciting project that I have to announce today. This is the launch of my fitness business. The Mindful Movement Mentality is something that has been brewing for a very long time, and it is totally built on my personal journey and story and something that I'm really passionate about and what I want to share with you all. So I'm gonna take you and we're gonna sit down, we're gonna have a little story time and I'll tell you about why I've called it Mindful Movement Mentality. Okay, Mindful Movement Mentality comes a lot from my own personal story. Now, it's a bit of a long story, but I'm gonna try and keep it quite short and sharp so we're not waffling on for ages and ages. But essentially when I was about 15, I went away overseas on a school exchange, came back, I had a really bad tummy bug, got really unwell for like a week, but then didn't recover. And I ended up completely fatigued, unable to finish my days at school, struggling my way through my competitive sports aerobics that I was doing then. I was still trying to train circus, dancing, all these things. I was just felt like I was walking through mud every day. I had no energy. No one knew what was going on. No one could give me any answers why my body was like this. And so I just kept on going and in a way a bit in denial, just kept pushing through. And we tried everything. We went to naturopaths, doctors, everything. And eventually I did start to improve with the help of a naturopath. But it was something that I've never felt like it's gone away. And then I decided when I finished school that I was going to become a full-time circus artist, and I went on to study a Bachelor of Circus Arts. Now, that is a 3-year program of training day in, day out, long hours, and very intense on the body. Kind of a bit of a bold move for someone who a few years back couldn't even get through a whole day of school and was asleep for most of the day, but it's what I wanted to do. I was determined. I love it so much, and I was going to do it. Nothing was going to stop me. And so I did. And it was hard. And I sacrificed most other things in my life just to get through training at that time. I was training all day and then I was teaching in the evenings, and I would come home and I would crawl to bed. That feeling of you sit down and then I have to eat. I have to brush my teeth. I have to have a shower. It was so hard to just get those daily tasks done. But I was determined, it's what I wanted to do, and I kept pushing, and I love it. Circus is my world. I absolutely love it. And when I finished, I went on and I performed for 5 years of amazing. I traveled the world, cruise ships, lived in London, performing all over the place. And it's just it's the best feeling ever stepping on stage. It is just incredible. I think any performer, if it's your thing, it's your thing, and and you just live for that moment. And I had an amazing year in 2018. I just worked some of the best contracts of my career. And then, ironically, the day I was about to head on holidays, I felt really unwell and I ended up with influenza A. And I was like, it's just a cold and a flu, I'll be fine. 2 weeks later, I was still in bed, completely so sick. And then I was like, it's okay, I'll just recover. I didn't recover, I didn't bounce back, I stayed sick for ages. My body was so fatigued. I went right back to when I was 15. It was kind of scary because it took me right back. I was unable to sort of get through the days, and I was really struggling, and mentally I was finding this really challenging because no one could tell me why my body was like this, and I'm trying to push through, I'm trying to work, I'm trying to live, and I just had no answers. And then I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome, something which they think I have had since I was 15, that first episode. They just never diagnosed it. It's like a good and a bad, because they don't really know what causes chronic fatigue. They don't really know how to treat it. So you get the diagnosis and then it's okay, what do I do? So this is where I have started myself just playing around with what works for my body, and something that I have figured out over the years is, and that has been very helpful for me, and this is not at all something, I'm not at all someone specializing in people with chronic fatigue. I'm just going to put that out there right now. This is more me applying this to everybody. This is something that everybody can take into account and really like help their own health journey and their own active lifestyle journey. I started shifting my mentality from this little birdie over here saying, you haven't trained today, you haven't done your rope act, you haven't worked on this, you haven't got a new skill, you haven't done that, to you went for a walk today. Well done, Kate. You got out of bed, you did something. So really shifting that mentality really helped me a lot, because I started to positively think about all the things that I was achieving and not all the things that I was missing out on. And this is something that, an element of it that I've started to really think about in the general public is, you go to the gym and you get given a program and you just do it because that's what you've been told to do. But are you really checking in with how your body feels on that day? Is that the right program for you on that specific day? Does that fit in with the lifestyle that you've got at home? Maybe you've got 3 kids running around and someone's really unwell and there's been this stress and that stress. Is that the right program to do for that day? So this is where mindful movement mentality is really about tuning into your body and figuring out what's the right movement for you on that day. And it may not be the same every day. It may be, you might be feeling like you need to do gentle stuff for quite a few days, and then you might have a day where you're like energized and you're like, yes, okay, power through, and that's when you do your strength session. But really helping and empowering you to tune into what your body needs and finding movement. This comes from a lot from when I've been coaching circus. I cannot even count how many times people come in and go, oh, I love aerial classes, I'm doing these because I hate going to the gym. And there's a lot of people that really don't enjoy going to the gym. So I want to find ways that you can move that you love and the movement loves your body back. So finding ways of movement, whether it's dancing, whether it's gentle workouts, whether it's stretching, whether it's HIIT sessions, whether it's just going for a walk, whether it's playing with your kids, finding ways to put active movement in your day every day to build a long-term healthy lifestyle. Because if we're doing stuff that we hate, we're not going to stick at it. If we're doing things that we love, it starts to become just a part of your daily life. It doesn't become a chore anymore, and it's something that you don't even realize you're doing at the end of the day, because you go, oh, I'm going to follow that dance video because it makes me feel happy. And then you just do it because it's not hard. It's not something that you're like dreading through your whole day, which I think is, it's really freeing to be able to move and to love that movement. And for me, I'm lucky. I've always moved in ways that I love with my aerobics and circus, and I found that very early on. So I want to share both these things, the love of movement, help you find movement that you love, and also tuning into your body so that you aren't doing workouts and then the next day you're feeling like rubbish. We want to make movement good for you and movement that makes you feel awesome every single day. So how can you get involved? You're probably wondering. And so I'm going to keep this channel running, and it will now be under Mindful Movement Mentality. I am going to be trying to post 1 video a week. I hope you can all understand that sometimes due to my own energy struggles, that isn't always possible if I have a week where I'm really struggling. But that is the aim, to post 1 video every week that is free access for you all. And then I'm also launching live virtual classes. So these classes will be run over Zoom. So those classes are launching so soon. So if you actually hop across and follow my Instagram account, Mindful Movement Mentality, that's where the updates will be put first. I'll also pop them on here as well. So if you're interested in classes with me, hop across and follow that account, and also keep an eye on this one because they are coming in the next few days and I can't wait. So that is what is super exciting news that I have for you, and the reason why I have been away for a little bit is because I've been working on that. These classes are virtual, and the reason for that is so that people from all over the world can join me, not just everyone living here in Melbourne. And also during these COVID times, it's really unstable as to when we're in and out of lockdowns. And even though here in Melbourne we're allowed to get back into spaces a little bit, I wanted to keep it consistent because I think one of the biggest challenges this year, both for our mental health and also physically, has been that everything's been up and down. You can go to the gym, you can't go to the gym, you can go to the gym. It's very hard to get build and maintain healthy habits when things are constantly changing. So I want to keep this as one stable thing that doesn't change no matter what. Also, virtual classes are great because you can train in a space that is comfortable for you. So you can train in your own home, or you can be outside, or whatever works for you, the best environment for your training. It's also something that I've considered based on the fact that not everyone, even if you're allowed to, feels comfortable right now with this virus around to go back to gyms and back to class and group environments. So I wanted to create some live classes so we still have that interaction. I can still see you and help you and give you feedback. You can interact with the other members. I want to build this little community, but we can all do it nice and safe from the comfort of our home. So check out the Instagram account, Mindful Movement Mentality. That's the place where I'm going to put up all the booking details very, very soon. And also I will pop it here. And I really hope to see some of you in my classes very soon. I'm so excited about this. And thank you for listening to my waffly rant about my exciting new news. And it's something I'm so passionate about because it does come from such a personal story, and can't wait to share that journey with you all. So bye.